All right, folks. So here we are. Here's the differential with the cover off. This is a limited slip differential, so there is a spring, as you will see in there, a little Z spring that is holding those clutch packs and spider gears together. So I think that's a good thing. I'm not 100% sure, but I am going to try to remove these axles. What we got to do is we got to get this bolt out here. I'm told it's a 5/16. I'm going to try my little ratchet here and see if I can fit her in there, which she fits in perfectly. If not, what would also work really well would be a ratcheting 5/16, because we have to get this pin out. Okay, so this pin is what kind of keeps the axles from shifting inward, and there's C-clips up in there that we have to get out that actually hold the axles in. So yeah, that's where we're at. I'm gonna put you to the side and we're gonna try to get this done. Okay, all right, so hopefully you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. I am going to, oh man, might have to put the car in park to get this out. Oh. Well, that wasn't good. Sorry about dropping you. So I put the car in park and I should be able to break this loose without moving it, but I might need some help. Yeah, looks like I need to get a pipe or something to break. All right, so I decided to bring into play the handle to my 20-ton bottle jack, and we were able to break that thing free. So we are going to pull this out, maybe. Well, let's get our wrench in here, see if our wrench will work better. Oh, tightening it. Don't want to tighten it. I want to get it out of there. It's a really small void. What am I doing? I was pulling it the right way. Okay. I'll show you this bolt when we get it out. You got to make sure when you put this thing back in, you Loctite it and you let it cure before you fill this diff back up. Same thing with the cover seal. Got to make sure that cures. They say it dries in an hour, but it takes 24 hours to completely cure. A lot of people tell you to put blue Loctite on this. I prefer to use a Permatex orange thread locker. It's just a little bit stronger than the blue, but it's not a permanent, so you'll still be able to get it out. Next time you got to rebuild this damn thing, which, let's hope this is the last time for this beauty. Old Bessie's getting old. She's almost at 200,000. Been really good to me, so we're gonna get her fixed up here. One of these days, when I can possibly do it, I'm gonna just put her in the shop, put her up in the air, and completely rebuild everything on her. That's the plan anyway. Whether that comes to fruition or not, I guess we'll see. All right, so our bolt is loose. Oh, and there she is. See that little bit of Loctite on those threads. That's what holds this pin in place, and that's what you got to get out to move the axles toward the differential so that you can get your clip out of there. And yes, I should be wearing gloves, and I have my glove. I don't know what I did with it. All right, guys, so I'm going to do this one-handed. I'm going to get up here in the top, and I'm going to push this, hopefully, push this pin out. There she comes. Maybe if I use the bolt, she'll come out. There she is. All right. So I'm going to pull her out nice and slow. There is big old beautiful pin there. You can see that is what holds the axles on, I guess you could say. So now what I want to do is we got to get up in there and get the C-clips out for the axles. Right inside there, right beyond, actually right in the middle of the spider gears. Push the axle in and there's a little C-clip that holds them in place. All right, folks, so a little tougher than I expected it to be, but here's that C-ring that I was telling you about that holds this axle in. So now we can pull the driver's side, and if you look up in there, you can see the two axles that come in the middle. Thank God we have that that preloaded spring in there, because that's holding my spider gears together and not allowing them to fall out on me. So I'm able to spin this diff around so that I can get these C-rings. And if you look at the axle at the top there, you can see the groove where this C-ring slides in, and then you pull the axle back out toward the tire. That kind of secures the C-clip, and then that big old pin that we just removed, that's what keeps the two axles from sliding back inward, and it just keeps everything together running smooth. All right, let's pull this axle. All right, guys, so just a little more background on how this came about was we had some noise in the axle, and oh wow, well, yep, we need an axle. Yowza wowza, this thing's bad. I've never seen anything like it. All right, so let's take a look at what we have here. See that humongous groove in that? That is no good. That's a no-go. So this thing is completely trashed. We got to order a new axle for this side. Well, that may delay getting this thing back together because I do not have one as of now. I got to get one on order. So, yeah, that's a bad thing there, buddy. All right, well, I guess we'll continue the video, but you see now how we had to remove the ABS sensor that would have went right in there. That kind of uses this gear looking notches to count the speed and calculate everything. And you know, folks don't realize how important those are. That works with you know, the transmission, telling it when to shift. You know, it has a lot of crucial functions that have to do with the inner workings in the computer and all that good stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna pull this out and I guess assess the total damage. The car was driven, oh man, I'd probably say we calculated, I think it was 160 miles once we heard the noise, but we weren't sure what it was because it would it would come and go. So we weren't 100% sure, but there you go. Now guys, you can see that groove now right beyond those splines. That's where the that C-clip goes inside the diff that locks this into that limited slip differential. Yeah, so just a little extra info and how these things go together. It's definitely something that's obtainable as long as you're mechanically inclined to have some tools and not easily intimidated, for sure. But I think we're gonna cap the video here until we have all the new parts we need. So we'll see you back here in a minute.